Hello everyone and welcome to Casual Friday. This is a series I'm going to be running on the channel for quite a while, and it's just a opportunity for me to talk casually about tech stuff while playing a game in the background. I might change the game up as we go, but for now we're going to be playing Minecraft, and we're going to be playing survival while I talk about various topics that are relevant to the channel and technology, laptops, etc. So first thing I think I really wanted to talk about was just some basic channel updates. Legion 5 content, more of that's coming soon for sure. Well, just content at all is coming soon. I kind of held back on content for the Legion 5 for some reason, but yeah, do expect some videos on that, especially regarding just my impressions on it so far and some basic performance testing that I've done. As a bit of a spoiler for that video, I can tell you right away that I'm quite happy with the Legion 5 so far. So just make sure to get subscribed if you want to hear about the Legion 5 in more detail, because I will be uploading more about that soon. I've been playing some games on Legion 5. I've been testing it out. It's very similar to the OMEN 15 in a few ways. And I think if you like the OMEN 15 and you're a bit apprehensive after the coverage I posted about the OMEN 15's brightness problem, or just any of the other more minor issues it has, but issues nevertheless, the Legion 5 might be a better option for you. One thing I will say is that the Legion 5 has a considerably better keyboard. It's very similar to the one in my ThinkPad T480 I own. The keys aren't quite as big and they're a little bit more shallow on the Legion, but it's pretty much just about where you'd want a gaming keyboard to be in terms of comfort on a gaming laptop at least. I am playing on my desktop, by the way, so that's why you can hear the keys and everything. I'm not recording on the Legion. But let me know in the comments if you want me to record these on laptops I have in at the moment, because I can do that. It's definitely possible. I just chose not to do it for this episode. One thing I do kind of want to talk about a little bit is my coverage of AMD laptops on the channel and how I'm going to handle things like Tiger Lake. A lot of you are probably aware that I cover largely AMD laptops on the channel, and that's for no real particular reason. That's just that the current AMD offerings are pretty much what people have questions about. In my experience, I know a lot of people are curious about Intel laptops as well, but Intel laptops for like a pricing basis, I just don't see the value there, and that's why I haven't put my money on the line and went out and got one. So yeah, Tiger Lake came out recently. Well, at least it's announced to be coming out soon. And we've seen some benchmarks of that, and there's been talk about Tiger Lake around and how the GPU performance is going to be better than Ryzen 4000. And yeah, it's pretty much confirmed at this point that I believe there's some data saying that it's performing around the level of a 1050 mobile, which is pretty impressive in terms of graphics. I mean, the CPU's bound to be pretty far behind Ryzen 4000, but if you're looking for mobile GPU performance, that might be the way to go there, and that might be one of the reasons why I start covering Intel a bit more on the channel. Now, I have all the wood in the world, so let's get some stuff done here. Might as well just turn these all into planks while I'm at it, and just, yeah. But yeah, so Tiger Lake laptops are coming. I will be covering them on the channel for sure. So if you're interested in any of those, let me know in the comments if there's any that have particularly been catching your eye and you'd want to see my opinions on, because I'd be more than happy to show that off. It's more a matter of just seeing how they perform in the laptops, because, there's all the synthetic benchmarks and whatever you can run on these dev models that don't exist on the market. But until we get like a competitive offering against a Ryzen laptop, it's going to be pretty hard to sell me on, depending on the pricing. I'm more excited for the graphics per watt type of thing for like ultra portable gaming setups, because we're seeing benchmarks that put these Intel Xe graphics at a level of like they're putting it at the level of things like the 1050 mobile and 1050 max Q and whatnot, and we could see some pretty serious FPS in games. Like if the Intel's drivers are optimized enough, we could see some pretty serious performance out of titles like Grand Theft Auto 5, I mean, really anything you can think of, a 1050 will run reasonably well at 1080p. I remember running Grand Theft Auto 5 pretty well on a throttling Intel system with a GTX 1050 mobile, so I can't imagine we'd have too many problems running that kind of game on Tiger Lake. Did I lose my crafting table? Where is it? We're gonna have a problem pretty quick, aren't we? Make a shovel really quick so that I can cover this all up. I know, dirt house, but not really a dirt house, just a dirt shelter. And we're gonna have a nice, beautiful dirt shelter that matches the land, so it won't be as ugly. I'm just gonna block this up with wood. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna cover Tiger Lake on the channel when the laptops come out, and there's a supply of them. In terms of future laptop coverage, I really want to cover the IdeaPad Slim 7. That's one of the laptops I've had my eye on for a while, and it's a pretty solid little laptop. The only thing is that there's hardly any stock of them, and when there is stock, it's not a variant that you really want, because there's a lot of stock of the 4700U 8GB variants, but I want a 4800U 16GB variant, because that would be pretty insane for a 14-inch laptop. I mean, it would probably chew through Grand Theft Auto 5, considering that the 4700U can almost make it playable, and the 4800U has, you know, next step up in terms of integrated graphics. Oh, we got another hole. It's a big cave system. Jeez. One thing I do want to talk about is, I believe it's called Intel EVO. It's basically Intel's initiative for, you know, better ultrabooks, essentially. And the deal is with Intel EVO is, you know, they have the set of standards that they believe defines like a quality ultrabook, or just, you know, they're a good mobile laptop, I guess is what they want to call it. And there's like, I think it's like 9 hours or more of battery life and a certain thickness, which I think is like, it was like under 15 millimeters, which if you calculate it out, it's basically an inch. If not almost exactly an inch. Running anything that's not a Tiger Lake U series or just, you know, Tiger Lake in general processor, you know, it doesn't qualify. So of course, naturally, you can't just grab an AMD laptop and label it Intel EVO, which, you know, I never expected, but it's still, you know, kind of telling of what the point of the certification is, you know, that. Intel also requires Wi-Fi 6, so you'd have to have something like an AX200, which, you know, I'm not saying that Wi-Fi 6 is useless. I'm just saying that hardly anyone would benefit from the technology if it's even available to most people. So I don't really see how that's applicable, but nevertheless, it's in the standard. Oh God. I don't know. There we go. Problem solved. One of the reasons why I don't like EVO is just because of how ambiguous a lot of it is. Intel hasn't really published any real clear guidelines anywhere on their like consumer-facing website that really make it clear to customers what they're buying with an EVO sticker. And I know some of you are aware that I kind of founded the LQCG project, which is basically laptop quality standards, and you know, that's comparable to what Intel's trying to do here with EVO, because EVO is also a standard for laptops to basically achieve some sort of quality for, you know, mobile performance. And yeah, I mean, that's a valid concern there, but you have to realize with Intel in this situation, they aren't making it clear to people like what EVO means with the sticker. Like when you get an EVO laptop, if you just look up Intel EVO, you're gonna find no information on what exactly Intel EVO does, what the benefits of an EVO certified laptop are, etc. I mean, there's some vague information like, you know, battery life to last you all day, and it's like, oh well, 9 hours or more battery life, and then something about like, oh, it has Wi-Fi 6 and it has this performance in these specific benchmarks that we use. And I mean, they're not even that specific. They're just like, it's designed for your day in a way, which I don't really I don't really know. Why don't they just like make a list of standards and allow people to test to those standards and verify their findings, but it's Intel. And really, at the end of the day, all this Intel EVO sticker is a little bit of marketing that just says this is an Intel machine that's, you know, designed to last more than 9 hours on battery and has a Tiger Lake processor, because that's really all it means. My main complaint, again, is it's just marketing. There's no real benefit to buying an EVO laptop, despite, you know, what you might think the label means. It's, at the end of the day, just a sticker that says that Intel thinks that it's worth your time. It doesn't really tell you much about the actual quality of the laptop, or how long it'll last, or really how long the battery will last. But yeah, again, if there's any laptops you guys want to see me cover on the channel that I haven't covered already, be sure to leave them in the comments. If you have any questions for me that I would put in another episode of this series, again, this is Casual Friday, or might also be uploaded on other days of the week, Friday. But yeah, just leave comments, questions, etc. in the comments below, and I'll be sure to cover those. Most of you guys aren't subscribed, so if you want to support the channel, head down to below the video and hit subscribe, because it costs you nothing and it helps you see more of my content. Just in general, if you've been enjoying the content, you want to see more content, laptop reviews, etc. in the future, subscribing will directly help me do that. More than, you know, anything on Patreon or otherwise will ever do. Jesus Christ. I don't know where that guy came from, but yeah, he's pretty angry. He must have came from down there. When I originally uploaded my videos, I wasn't expecting to hit, you know, 1K subscribers as quickly as I did, let alone 2, because I uploaded that 1,000 sub video, and I didn't really upload anything too frequently after that until I hit 2K, because I got a little busy for a little bit, and that was a little crazy. I felt bad, genuinely, not uploading as much after I hit that goal, because it felt like I was kind of, you know, ripping everyone off. I've been, you know, making new content, and, you know, I'm split. I have college right now, so that's been taking up a bit of my time. You know, I'd like to spend more time on the channel and the content and reviewing laptops, but I do also have to pay for things, as unfortunate as that is. That means I can't spend all my time on the channel. Yeah, the channel is still relatively small when you compare it to like other tech channels, but I don't know, the amount of support I've gotten from you guys in this short amount of time is just it's hard to express for me how grateful I am for it, because, you know, the coverage would have stopped after the Flex 5 if I hadn't have gotten such overwhelming support from that. And, you know, that's been pretty crazy, because I mean, I'm at 3.6K now, and I couldn't have seen that, you know, happening. Even like I'm hitting, it's like 1,000 subs a month right now, and at that rate I'll be at 10K, you know, like mid next year, and that's kind of just insane for me to think about. And that's assuming that, you know, I don't have some weird explosion of success. I kind of doubt it. I mean, it's very rare that you have that YouTubers at all just you know, break the 100K 200K mark. I know yeah, there's just a lot of YouTubers that never really get anywhere close to, you know, the achievements people like Dave 2D have made. Or, I mean, I guess Dream is also a good baseline of crazy random success, and a lot of that can be attributed to his early content and his like PewDiePie stuff and whatever. But personally, I mean, I don't make viral videos by any means. I get, you know, 10, 20K views, but that's nowhere near considered viral. It's super successful for me because, you know, I went from having maybe like 10, 100 views from like a few random stupid videos I had uploaded to now I'm getting like, I don't know, anywhere between 3 to 5K views a day. And it's just crazy that there's, you know, 3,000 to 5,000 people viewing my content on a daily basis about me talking about laptops. Just something that I'm passionate about for some reason. And I do care about my laptop coverage, and that's why it's really spotty, and why it's not like, here's this video where I'm going to talk about game benchmarks, and here's a video where I'm going to, you know, do some really bare bones thermal testing, because I really only want to cover things like that when I've got something to say about it. And that's why I uploaded that OMEN video all of a sudden, and that's one of the reasons why it wasn't delayed to go to members and supporters first. Because I do actually have a few supporters. I do have a YouTube member even. Certainly not enough to buy and keep laptops. That has to come out of my own money and income outside of the channel, unfortunately. And if I'm going to keep anything, I have to be really confident in it, or I'm just kind of holding something I can't sell. And that's a lot of the problem with how I cover things, is unlike a lot of tech YouTubers, I guess, like, I don't know if I'd call myself a tech YouTuber, but unlike a lot of people that cover tech on YouTube, I say a lot of negative stuff about the stuff I cover, and it's not because I hate things. It's because I do like a lot of the laptops that I cover. I think are pretty great. I really like the Flex 5, but it's important that I tell people what's wrong with the device. If I just sat there and told you all the things I liked about it, and then glossed over the stuff that I thought was bad, then people really wouldn't get the message. And that's why I spend whole videos talking about things I don't really like about a laptop. And that's why it really sucked when I was, you know, basically wrong in my problems video when I ran into this brightness problem upon returning my OMEN. And if I hadn't have said that, then I would have had a bunch of my subscribers go out and buy an OMEN, or just random people and be like, well, I got an OMEN and now the backlight's not working. What's the deal? And that's what I want to prevent with, you know, my videos that are like, don't buy the HP OMEN 15. Because anyone that was, you know, considering buying one after watching my other coverage will be like, wait a second, what happened? And it's not because, you know, I'm trying to clickbait. It's because that's the reality in my mind. I don't like seeing people waste money. I don't like seeing people get defective products. It just sucks. I really wish it didn't happen, but it's kind of the nature of technology as a whole. You can't really get it perfect every single time, because there's a lot, you know, you have to get perfect. I mean, with the brightness problem on the OMEN, honestly, I think it's fairly inexcusable what happened, because it's not like, you know, HP just got into making gaming laptops and they, you know, just recently implemented this MUX technology, and they don't really know what they're doing with it necessarily, because there's, you know, not one way to do it necessarily. There's a few different ways. HP's been doing this for years. So I don't really think I can feel bad for them as a company, and I don't think there's a reason why you should feel bad for them. I mean, I want to avoid the spread of misinformation, and I want to make sure that people know what they're buying, because nothing is worse than you buy an item, you buy a laptop, you buy, you know, a computer, you buy an oven, whatever, and it has some weird problem that you never heard about. And now you're stuck with this, you know, $1,000 item that doesn't work. I mean, I've been there. I had a Yoga 730, and if you look back in my YouTube coverage, you'll see that, yeah, I did have a Yoga 730 at one point, and I didn't like it, and I said that in a review like over a year ago. That was my first review on the channel, and, you know, naturally, a lot of people didn't agree with me, and I don't agree with everything I said at the time anymore in that video, but I stand by most of what I said in terms of what I'd consider acceptable and not acceptable. Again, Lenovo is a big company. Lenovo has experience making laptops, and they're aware of how to test laptops. And basically, the Yoga has the problem in the GTX versions where, for some reason, the Wi-Fi will just drop out, drop packets, lag, just for no reason. And then sometimes the internet will just disconnect, and it won't reconnect until you, like, restart the computer or reconnect to the Wi-Fi. And a lot of that was due to Realtek's Wi-Fi card that they had in it, but part of it was also due to Lenovo just screwing up their laptop and designing something that didn't work properly, because I put a new Wi-Fi card in, and I still had weird internet connection issues when I was gaming, essentially. If I had the AC adapter plugged in, I couldn't get a Wi-Fi connection in 5G if I was using the GPU. Which somebody noted later on that it could have been a noisy power supply and just a defective PSU, but yeah, that just ties back into this whole thing again. My goal when I'm covering stuff is to inform people, and I swear on that. Like when I'm making content, when I release content, it's something that I believe at the time or just in general. It's something that I will stand by. I'm not going to upload a video about something that I don't personally believe in. I'm not going to take a sponsorship with something that I think is bad. I mean, as always, I mean, if you watch my content, if you use any of the Amazon links in the description, I do get like a, it's like 2.5% cut of anything you buy after using my link. And that's basically anything in your cart that you buy after going to Amazon via my link. So, you know, I really, if you want to just support the channel, you can just use my affiliate link and buy some random crap with it. I mean, it'll make me money, and I was the one who sent you to Amazon, so it's not like weird to do that, but it's a good way to just support the channel. If you don't really care about the content, but you're going to buy something on Amazon, just check out my Amazon links. Yeah, basically, I don't put out content if I, have seen it already or think it's already been covered thoroughly. I mean, I'll cover things that I think are important again, but anything that's already been covered, I won't cover. If there's a problem, for sure I'll cover it, because a lot of people don't, and a lot of the problem videos that you'll see online don't really get a lot of coverage or just don't get seen very much, because that's not what most people are looking for. But I have the privilege of being blessed by the algorithm fairly frequently, which I don't entirely understand how it happens. I just my videos get promoted a lot, which I guess part of it's thanks to Jarrod's tech, because Jarrod's been very, very generous with his promotion of my channel in various means. Like, he mentioned me in a video, he also mentioned me in a community post, and he said to go check out the channel, and that's been awesome. I mean, and I know a number of you guys are over from Jarrod's channel and enjoy his content. And, just so you know, I mean, I don't, we don't claim to be like in full agreement on everything we do, because I don't work for Jarrod, and we don't have to necessarily agree on everything. A lot of the time, it's not that we're disagreeing, it's just that we've come to different conclusions based on our testing. Like, I don't stress test the same way Jarrod does, and that's why my stress test results are so different than Jarrod's stress test results. Oh boy. Don't need all this dirt, I guess. That might actually be useful. Don't need a shovel. Just dump whatever I don't need. Definitely don't need... So yeah, now I'm just gonna head back to the house here. Yeah, so be sure to get subscribed if you're not. Subscribing goes a long way towards helping the channel out, and I'll really appreciate it. Be sure to join the Discord if you want to join the community or chat about anything. Leave a comment below if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or things you want me to talk about on the next episode of this series. If you want to see more of this type of video, be sure to leave a like right now, because that'll tell me just about how interested people are in this series, if they want to see more of it. If you want to see me change up the content a little bit, play a different game, or change how I'm presenting things in this format, let me know in the comments, or if you just have something you want me to discuss on the next episode of the series, again, leave a comment below, and I'll be sure to check that out and think about it. Otherwise, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Casual Friday, and I'll see you guys later.